And good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. We begin first at 4 with breaking news. Police say an inmate walked away from work release in Perry County. There's a picture of him. Officials say Tommy Cool was supposed to be weed eating at the cemetery in front of Christopher Church of God when he took off. If you have any information about his location, you're urged to call 911, and police say you should consider him armed and dangerous. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet has been working nearly every day since the flood, removing debris from hard-hit areas. And today, WYMT's Olivia Calfee spent some time with them learning how the process works.
More than 31,000 tons of right-of-way debris have been removed, and more than 8,000 tons of waterway debris have been removed. I'm standing on one of the waterway removal sites, and as you can see behind me, crews have been working today to pick up stream debris and restore the stream to prevent flooding in the future.
When that debris is picked up, it's brought here, and then it's compacted and sorted if necessary, and weighed. And then at that point, most of the debris, the C&D debris, we call it, construction demolition debris, that material is then taken final disposal at a landfill location.
Crews say this is their 27th day working, and they do not plan to stop until they see the job is finished. In Knott County, Olivia Calfee, WYMT Mountain News.
Coming up tonight at 6, Olivia will have more from a woman who found a deeper meaning to the debris she found by her home, and how crews are keeping an eye out for important items they might find while cleaning up. FEMA mitigation specialists are on hand at local hardware stores in the area as Kentuckians begin to rebuild after the flooding. Specialists are in Breathitt and Knott counties. We stopped by Jackson True Hardware this morning. FEMA reps there say the purpose of these events is to help homeowners build back stronger, making sure they are prepared for another natural disaster if one happens in the future.
Anything that you can do to get out of the way of a flood, like the AC unit, the refrigerators, the hot water heaters, mobile home, and lift them up as high as you can.
FEMA hours are from 8 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. It's closed on Sundays, but open Labor Day from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m.
Continuing to watch beautiful weather around the mountains this afternoon, but we've got some changes on the way as we head through the next 24 to 48 hours. Right now, though, picture from Buffalo Mountain. Beautiful sunshine at the moment, just a few high clouds sneaking in. 82 the temperature there in Perry County. Temperatures around the region, low to mid 80s as well, so we're not too much warmer than yesterday. Jonesville, though, a little bit warmer, 86, 84 Middlesboro and Jacksboro. Dew points, not too bad. They're a little elevated compared to where they were yesterday, into the upper 50s and low 60s. Those will continue to climb as we head through tonight. Pinpoint Dopplers a clean sweep. So as we head through the remainder of the evening down into the 80s, we stay pretty much put over the next hour or so. Down into the low 70s by 9 o'clock. Some clouds try to move in overnight, though. Mid 60s overnight, and lows are going to be getting a little bit milder tonight, and especially as we head into the weekend. Details on that coming up in just a little bit. Steve?
Evan, thank you. A new gaming facility that's based on historical horse racing is open in southern Kentucky. The Mint in Williamsburg opened yesterday, a day earlier than planned. WYMT's Phil Pendleton shows us the facility and has more from Whitley County.
The Mint is a gaming facility located just off of Interstate 75's exit 11. Plenty of parking here, 1,500 some spaces, a big facility, room to grow. When you walk inside, you feel like you're in a casino, but the general manager tells me it's actually wagering on historical horse races. There are more than 400 historical horse racing gaming machines in the hall. The results are based on old horse races. Manager Henry Graffio says each dollar wagered is a handle, just like a handle at the racetrack. He says they are paying pari-mutuel taxes based on those handles.
Every time you hit the spin button in order to play the game, the actual horse race that actually goes off actually runs at the top of the machine. So what they're doing is they're actually, just like as if you were betting at the track in that point in time, you're betting to win at that point in time for that machine.
There are future plans for a hotel to be built onto it. They actually want to also build a restaurant. The mayor says he sees other businesses that will spring up as a result in this area. In Whitley County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
A similar facility, along with a horse racing track, is being constructed in Corbin, just up the road, with plans for it to open next year. Serena Williams may have hinted that her legendary tennis career will come to a close at this year's U.S. Open, but those thinking it might have happened last night, think again. She pulled off yet another win in 3 sets, putting off potential retirement for at least a couple more days. CBS's Bradley Blackburn has more from the National Tennis Center in Queens, New York.
A deafening roar from the crowd in Flushing Meadows, thinking it might be watching Serena Williams' final match of her legendary singles career. But Serena had other plans.
Williams takes 5 games to 3 final sets.
In her second round match, Serena notched a win over number 2 seed Annette Konovet of Estonia in front of a record crowd for a U.S. Open night session, beating the previous mark set Monday during her first round match.
I think these moments are clearly fleeting. So for me, it's really about having a little embrace, but also understanding that I'm here to focus, and do the best that I can this time.
Fans who could not be among those witnessing the action inside the stadium watched on screens just outside, eager to be part of the moment.
This is, history in the making.
She's a good role model for women, and she's an excellent player.
Just last month in an essay for Vogue, Serena wrote she plans to evolve away from tennis and focus more on her family and business interests. In that same essay, she thanked golf great Tiger Woods for encouraging her to return to the court after a year away. Tiger was among the famous faces in the crowd cheering Serena on.
Just so many questions, and when you can rely on someone like that, I mean, my goodness, he's Tiger Woods. It just was really helpful to get clarity.
Serena's 23 Grand Slam titles are already the most in the Open era. She takes her next step towards 24 on Friday against Australia's Isla Tomljanovic. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, Flushing Meadows, New York.
Serena also plays a doubles match tonight, teaming up with sister Venus. The duo has won 14 major doubles titles together. Well, fans of Serena celebrated as the tennis star moved on in the U.S. Open last night. Footage from outside New York's Arthur Ashe Stadium showed fans dancing and applauding after Williams' triumph. Serena Gupta, a tennis enthusiast named after the iconic player, said the 40-year-old proved she still got it. Williams had signaled her intention to retire earlier this month, saying she was evolving away from tennis, but never confirming the U.S. Open as her final event.
I mean, she's not seeded, but she's done it before and she can do it again. And I think she's really proving to us here that she's still got it. And I don't think she'd enter the tournament if she didn't think she could make it all the way. And the electricity of the fans are really just going to bring her to play her best.
And again, Williams has her third round clash coming up on Friday. The Gibraltar Port Authority has confirmed there's been a leak of oil following Tuesday's collision between a cargo ship and a liquefied natural gas carrier, a small amount of which has escaped the perimeter of the boom. Divers on scene have been able to reestablish the seals, so the GPA is in the process of stopping the release of oil from the vents. Authorities are collecting the free-floating oil that has already vented, while sorbent booms to absorb the oil are being deployed. China is lashing out over a long-awaited report from the United Nations that accuses the Chinese government of committing serious human rights violations in Xinjiang province, which could amount to crimes against humanity. The assessment comes 4 years after UN experts first called attention to what they say were credible reports of more than 1 million people being held in detention centers for re-education and indoctrination. China calls the findings a farce planned by the U.S. and Western countries. Coming up on First at 4, 'tis the season to hurry up and wait. Travel delays could be an issue this holiday weekend as many airline pilots took to the picket lines to fight for new contracts.
Plus, it may be the start of meteorological fall, but Mother Nature hasn't given up on summer quite yet. Details on warmer and muggier air pushing in coming up.